welcome to Q&A, the final Q&A part 2. And I am your DM, Killobyte, where I play all the enemies and the nice NPCs in the campaign for season 2.
The nice ones, huh?
Oh yeah, nice.
Not the bad ones. I don't play the bad ones. The bad ones are played by the dice.
Wow.
So, in order of appearance, I will have you all introduce yourself and what character you play. And that would be Onyx. You go first.
Oh boy, I go first? Well, I'm dead. No, I'm just kidding. I play a pile of ash. It's gray, black and white. Its alt mode is also ash. Sorry. Explosion. No, for reals. I play Frost Summit, who is the older sibling of Synthwave. I am sky blue with some fuchsia lines. I'm an Autobot, rescue bot to be exact. My class was emphasis was combiner, and a very shy boy who was afraid of heights and afraid of a lot of things until the end.
He died like he lived.
Wow!
Wow!
Wow! No!
But next up would be Heximus. Would you please tell us your character?
Yes, I'm Sithwave, the actually older sibling of Frost Summit.
You are now.
Yeah, you're the only sibling.
Oh! No, I'm
Now
not
you're
the only
technically
sibling.
older 'cause
Not
he's dead.
anymore.
You're both the older and the younger.
Oh, anyway.
Grab.
I gotta take a minute here. Sithwave is a city speaker, and she loves music, hence the name Synthwave. She's a rescue bot, obviously. Bar rescue bot. And she's usually more courageous and outgoing than her twin. Just likes to have a good time.
Awesome. Thank you. Next up is Clickbait.
Hey guys, I play Allegory. She's an Autobot intelligence officer. She transforms to a Cybertronian jet, and she's kind of this really chromatic silvery color with some purple highlights, which she can change at will. So that's super cool. And she's kind of a geeky, techie bot. Not super into hanging out with people, but she's working on that. She's glad that she found the other bots to hang out with. And yeah.
Awesome. Lapis, would you like to describe your character?
Yes. I play Frostfang. She's a big, huge blue bot with some darker blue highlights, pretty yellow horns, big wings on her back, and she turns into a big blue dragon. Frostfang is pretty friendly. She enjoys chatting with people and getting to know others. Yeah, and she's just kind of trying to figure out where she stands in the world that she's currently in.
She stands with the records.
This is true. She found her family.
And finally, Computron, would you mind telling us about your character?
Yeah. So I play Borg. He is a gentle giant. He's a dropout Dinobot. And he's pretty much all black. His alt mode is a Ankylosaurus. His coloration is that he's all black with a green mohawk, a spiked collar, and kind of like Bowser-esque looking shoulders. He has a bit of an underbite, and yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. So for this Q&A, I will be asking you some questions, and then after that, I'll do some group questions that you can all answer together. And after that, we'll have a section where you can ask me a question about D&D or anything really.
Why are you so mean?
Yeah,
Give me my
that's a
twin
good
back.
question. I second that question, actually.
And I have my twin back.
No. And I mean because I enjoy it. But first question, what influenced the way you played your character? And we'll start in the same order. Onyx, would you mind going first?
Oh, what influenced the way I play my character? Okay, so I play some Dungeons and Dragons that's not Transformers, and I used to play a very brave soul who would go head on to combat, and so I was like, okay, I kind of want to do something the opposite of that, and that made Cross Summit. Cross Summit being afraid of combat, literally, as you all know, would teleport out of a situation and was afraid of heights. So that's kind of how I influenced that one. And then also being one half of a twin, well, later 1/3 of a triplet, That also had an inspiration of like that sibling. What am I trying to say here? Yes.
That like little, not quite gremlin energy, but that like, I know something you don't sort of.
Yes.
Because we can just.
Don't look out my
just-
window.
Yeah, we're very in sync.
Yeah, I think that
Just-
that answers my question.
Awesome. Thank you. No, that was great. Hex, would you mind telling us the answer to that question?
So yeah, because I'm one half of a twin and later 1/3 of a triplet. when me and Onyx were talking about having twins, it was the first thing that came to mind is just very mischievous energy of like two twins who obviously pretty much know each other's thoughts just from a single glance, and just having a lot of fun and mischief with that. Because you're not like, haha, you're not in on the inside joke. But also, I wanted a bot that was centered around music because I feel like more bots should be centered around music. I think it's a fun concept.
Yes, I agree.
Can I add a little bit onto that?
Yeah.
Also, outside of game, me and Heximus, we on the same wavelength.
Oh yeah.
Pun intended.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Clickbait, would you mind going next?
So my last campaign time around, I played a more outgoing character, and I played a more Decepticon inclined character. And then even on like other D&D, I usually play more outgoing characters that kind of are comfortable in social situations and are more battle oriented. So I thought it'd be really fun to play a character who's much more like science based, not really into combat, who's a little bit of a loner, and just kind of got to do that more like techie hacker side of it.
Awesome. Lapis, would you mind to go after that?
Yeah, so I am a huge sucker for monsters and experimentation trope and series. I like it when characters go through something very tough and then come out stronger in the end. So that really, really inspired Frostfang for me, because she's very much... she thinks she's a monster, and a lot of people also think she's a monster. But as she just kind of gets more and more used to who she is and becomes more comfortable with herself, she gets stronger. And I really wanted to be able to show, like, hey, even if you don't like how you look, you're still amazing type thing. So that really inspired her.
Amazing. Thank you. And finally, Computron.
I would say the inspiration from Borg was just creating something that's the complete opposite of Zephyr in every way possible. Gentle Giant, loves to hug. Yeah, jeez. Yeah, just literally the opposite of Zephyr. That's the only theme I was going for.
I can see it. Yeah, that was really effective.
But yeah.
The next question I have for you all is, what was your favorite NPC interaction in the campaign?
Favorite NPC
That's
interaction?
a hard one.
Yes, your favorite NPC interaction. It could have been a vendor, it could have been one of the bad guys, any of the main characters that lead you in the story, like Prowl or Picador or anything like that.
Ooh,
So,
I know which one.
I want to go.
I got one too.
So my favorite, I kind of hated it.
God.
I totally hated it, and I was super mad the entire time. But my straight up favorite NPC interaction was with Zeta. Like, I hated it the entire time, but it was so much fun. It was great. You played it off super well, and I had a great time throughout that entire interaction and all the interactions I had with Zeta, even though I hated every second of it and I wanted to die.
Thank you. I'm glad I got that energy off that you needed to hate him.
I despise that, man.
But it was fun.
My favorite was from episode 1. With me and my twin, we were doing a rescue, and the boss was like, "Move aside, or we're gonna make two more bodies." And then
Stick
simply
me
just
on a
like,
dick first. I had that in my head too.
and then I'm just like, "Synthwave," like a sibling would.
The way you said synthwave was like so funny to me, because it is very like chastising a younger sibling.
Oh,
It was
you
perfect.
admitted it.
I think mine's kind of random. Like it's since I think it was like the first episode, and I was trying really hard to get the darn booster seat for Borg, and I had to
think
like
that
borrow money.
Third or fourth, right? Because you weren't in the
Yeah,
first
it wasn't the
episode.
first episode.
It was the fourth episode, yeah.
Yeah, gotcha. But yeah,
Yeah,
Booster
no,
seat.
you'll spend so much time trying to get that booster seat.
Yeah, no,
wasted.
listen,
Really
I
took
was
the
doing that
internet.
for him. I used the company money to buy a company booster seat, all right? It was a great investment.
So you got to return it to the company once you're done.
Whoa.
No,
If
that's
she makes it to
wise.
the end,
Yeah,
Look at the
so
TV problem.
you don't return it if you die.
Well, my
Sir,
favorite
insurance policy. Sorry, go ahead.
my favorite NPC interaction, man, I'm biased. Basilisk Blaze. Yeah, that's my whole girlfriend.
And they were roommates.
Yeah, so
And they
I
were
need
roommates.
out of story and out of character. I need all the backstory, like between those two. I need to know what happened. 'Cause I don't know what happened.
Well, they were
That's
bumping
valid.
bumpers.
Whoa!
Oh.
Come on!
Reverse too fast.
They were
I
rubber
don't have
baby
a
bungee
bumper
bumpers.
anymore. Anyways, no, I really enjoyed the very first interactions with her, where she just kind of saw Frostfang as Frostfang for the first time. I really enjoyed that. Second competitor's Lunastar, but that might be because I voice her. Anyways.
Sensing a theme here.
I also like Prowl. Prowl was cool.
Mess with Thulis was amazing, and mainly
Yeah.
because I called that it was going to be Tarantulas.
Well, yeah, but that's still amazing.
I really liked in the previous episode with EPM and Borg and Synthwave, we're all trying to be quiet. We just can't be quiet.
At the warehouse, yes.
Yes.
I really liked the bot, the one in the cafe.
Uh,
I like that one.
The barista?
The cafe owner.
Yeah, I don't know why, but I feel like they were a bee, but I feel like they weren't.
Barista.
I think I remember when you were
cafe owner
describing them, I
on
really
this planet?
wanted them to be a bee, and then they weren't. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I was like, wait, which cafe
Is
owner?
the
We had
animal
so
or
many.
wait? I'm so confused.
The animal. I
Okay.
wanted it to be a bee, but it wasn't.
No, it was not. It was not a bee.
We don't have the licensing.
Oh,
That's a wasp?
A bumblebee.
Oh, that's true. Anyway.
Actually,
Rambler.
Guys,
For the final question, individually, is if you could change one interaction between you and any other character or player in the campaign, which one would it be and why?
Can I go?
I can immediately go first.
No, can I
I'm
go
the only
first?
one to go first.
I said it first. I said it
Cross
first.
Summit,
I'd be like,
not
cross summit,
dying.
not death. Yeah.
Already did it.
I'm here.
Yeah, cross summit, not dying.
Cross summit, not dying. Yeah, maybe let the people who can hack stuff and free stuff go before you just yeet yourself into deep space.
No.
Frostfang not getting into a fight with Cross Summit. Revoked.
I honestly wouldn't change a thing about what happened to Borg. He gave the big hug, and he pushed all the boo-boos. There's not a thing I would change.
Would you add
saw
more
the
kisses?
boo-boos.
Would you
What
add
was
more
that?
kisses and hugs?
Well, I mean, there's only one giant boo-boo I wish to kiss, but that's gone.
Oh.
Wow.
Oof.
Oh.
Or either that, or maybe
Huh.
being a little bit more suspicious, like just to have more fun with knowing that Zeta was going to betray everybody in the beginning, and like playing around with that a little bit, because like half of me was like, oh, but your character might not suspect. Oh, but she might. So I probably would have gone back and been like more suspicious of it in the beginning, just to have more fun with it.
I like all your answers.
But mostly
Amazing.
Cross Summit.
Thank you. Finally, I have the group questions, where these are just fun, quick questions that I will ask you, and you can all answer as a group. So the first one is, which one of your party members would be most likely to correct you?
Cross Summit.
Cross Summit.
Cross summit.
Cross Summit.
Yeah, Cross Summit. Article 5 of yada yada.
You know, you gotta say it quick.
Wait, cite the thing. You gotta cite it, Onyx.
I have to cite the whole thing? Okay,
whole
hold on. I
thing.
gotta pull it up. That's
Look at
that's
the-
gonna
Get up,
document. Give me just a second. Uno momento, por favor.
All this time and you don't still have it memorized? I'm disappointed.
Wow.
Wow.
Article.
I plead Article 5, Section 17, Subsection 9, Paragraph 1 of the Tyrus Accord, which implies I have the right to not answer authority questions while in custody.
I got the first number right.
You sure
He
did.
said the thing!
Next question. Which of your party members is the adult in most situations and why?
Allegory or
Allergy.
roleplay?
Allergy.
Yeah, probably allegory.
Allergy.
Yeah, I think Allegoria.
Yeah.
Which of your party members would liven up the party?
Synthwave.
Yeah, definitely synthwave.
Synthwave.
Me.
Yeah. Yep.
Can I also just say that like Frostfang is also the parent, but like the fun parent.
You know what? Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah, you can do this, but don't tell your mother.
Yes,
Fun
exactly.
parent that sits in the booster seats.
All right, you can have one extra scoop of ice cream, but don't tell Allegory because she will kick me off the ship.
Finally, which of your party members is most likely to be the most serious out of them all?
Most serious?
That's
Frost.
a good one.
Serious?
Frostfang, really?
Probably
Allergy.
allegory.
Allergy for sure.
I was gonna say allergy.
Allergy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's serious.
Serious parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If your characters weren't involved in the events of the story, would they have still joined the Wreckers?
Absolutely not.
Allegory would have probably. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think Borg would just still stumbled in.
Yeah,
honestly.
probably would have.
Yeah. I think Frostbang probably would have ended up in that situation one way or another, with her current state.
Yeah, I think as an intelligence officer, Allegory would have either found out about the Wreckers or like been reached out to by the Wreckers for an intelligence position, just because she's relatively useful in that respect, and you know that type of warfare is the most effective. And she would have happily joined.
If your character can be described with one word, what would it be?
Blue.
Oh, jeez.
Dead.
Borg.
Borg.
Brainy? Maybe brainy. Like I don't really have a better word for her.
Mm-hmm.
For some, it would be anxiety though.
Yeah, absolutely. I was trying to joke by saying dead.
Anxiety.
Oh no!
I acknowledge you're dead. I acknowledged it.
You acknowledge it, good. At least somebody does.
I was there.
Fun.
I was also there.
And it would be fun.
Fun.
I can see that. I can see that.
No, she'd be groovy. Groovy.
Ooh, that was pretty good. For my final questions, did you all have fun?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes and no.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of
Yeah.
multiple
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Oh, no.
Oh, dish it up, dish it up.
It was so stressful and emotionally challenging and roller coaster-ish. But I had fun. It was just painful.
Yeah, that's understandable.
Well, I'm glad you all
Just
had
twisted.
fun. And that was my goal. So we've gotten to the part where you all get to ask me a question.
I got one.
Who would you like? Oh, I guess
Whoa.
you
Go
would
on.
like to go
Go on.
first. Okay, go.
Yeah. Okay. DM, serious question. Are you working on a sequel series for this season sometime in the future?
I'm gonna have to go into my secret notebook and say yes.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Should I call it the second stand of the?
Oh, right.
But yes,
No,
yes, I
call
am
it,
currently working
call
on
it-
those people.
First stand of the Wreckers, but a completely
Again.
new group.
Zeta screws them up.
The reboot.
The third take two.
Yes, I am.
22nd Jump Street of the Wreckers.
Please, I would play that. I would play that.
Perfect. Who would like to go next?
Me!
Yes.
If you could lengthen this series by, let me say, like maybe 5-ish more episodes, like if you could spend more time on it and expand it, what would you do?
If I expanded for 5 more episodes, definitely would have you kind of try to stop Seda with bigger bots. Like have you in search of your own Omega Sentinels, so you can fight off their Omega Sentinel or their Omega Destroyers.
Giant mech fight.
Giant mech
I'd be
fight.
down.
Pretty cool.
I'd be down. So now we're
So,
expanding the series,
But
right?
it would be a kind of like you got to do it quick since the Omega Destroyers have begun.
Advantage on hacking checks. Here we go.
Well, you have a city speaker, so they can speak to the Titans.
We have two city speakers. Taser's a city speaker too.
Yeah, you have 2. So even more advantage.
I have a question.
Oh, I have a question.
I have a
No!
question for
No!
Fight.
Roll a d20 to see which
I
one
heard
is-
clickbait
there
first.
was
What?
there was one character interaction or thing that we said that you could change. What would it be? And what was the most unexpected thing that we did?
Oh, you get one of those and I get the other.
Okay, you can.
a thing that you said, or in or one of the NPCs?
Yeah,
Is that
so
correct?
like if there was an interaction where something went, like if you would have wanted it to go a different way, now knowing like where the characters have been and stuff that they've gone through, like if there was a character interaction that you would have liked to change
Hmm,
or like steer in a different direction as a DM.
interesting. Well, you give me the hard questions.
Because I like to see you sweat as much as we did during this campaign.
It's not fair.
Not fair. That's literally the definition of fair.
I think I would have liked to play Seda a little bit more differently.
How so?
Get into his head a little bit more and really mess with you guys more than I
Totally
did.
would have been there for that. Would have made him more evil.
Yes, I when I was, saying the lines and getting into Seda, I felt like some of the things I said might have spoiled that he was gonna be, a bad guy in the story. So I was trying to keep it down low, but then I felt like it didn't come across like that. So I would, next time if I, were to do it, I would have tried to make it a little bit more
Surprising.
inconspicuous. Inconspicuous, I think it's
Yeah.
said. Yeah. Yes. Frostfang or
Yeah.
Capitron.
No, I want to ask mine.
Yes.
Okay. She made me wait. Clickbait made me wait, and it's like starting to leave my head.
It's okay, I forgot what the other question was.
Okay. As the DM, what was your favorite interaction between the NPCs and one of our characters?
Man, I really had fun playing Seda just because I knew you hated the character so much when I was interviewing Frostfang and all that, and after the session was over, Alex or Clickbait and then you were so mad at him, and I really enjoyed that because I felt like I did a good job as being a bad guy, because I've always tried to make I'm the DM, so I'm gonna play multiple roles, but I feel like most of the time my roles just end up not being as bad as they should be. So I was really happy that I nailed it with Seda.
What was your second question?
Something you guys did that changed the campaign?
Something we did
I
that
guess we.
DM didn't like.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, clickbait is back. They can ask that question again in case.
Good question.
No,
Okay, I have a question. If you could go back and change one thing, what would you change? Unless that was already
Oh, for all of us?
kind of.
sounds. No, for
Oh,
me.
for you?
For
Okay.
me. For
I wanted to
me.
make sure because I popped it up.
Ooh,
So.
the thing I would change.
Yeah, well, feel free to chip in.
Ooh, I would change probably the booster seat.
No.
Wow.
It was a.
You mean
it was
the
a
price,
fun,
right?
It was a fun nod, but it kind of went crazier than I expected. So I probably would have just had it be an ad instead of you could actually get it at that moment. You could probably get it later, but at that moment probably just be an ad on the subway.
Wow.
Okay.
It was so
My
great.
heart, my soul.
We got such amazing interactions because of it, and some gorgeous art also because of it. I mean,
Yes, we did, and it was great. But I think I would have just left it more of a cameo instead of actually making it a thing.
Wow. So what was the most unexpected or derailing thing that we did during the campaign?
Cross Summit teleporting all the time. It's just
That's you.
not necessarily, unexpected. It's just me as the DM kept forgetting that he has that ability, and I was like, maybe okay.
1%er, baby.
Yeah, so they,
Woo.
Said bye.
especially on the ship, they're like, okay, so they just escaped. They just fly to their next destination, and it'll be a smooth. They'll encounter some bots, and they'll have a space battle. And then Cross Summit is like, nope, I'm gonna teleport out, and then teleport it. I'm like, well, There goes that encounter.
I mean, you sure showed me in the end, didn't you?
that's right.
I did. I did. But this time you
Lesson
teleported.
learned.
This time you teleported for me instead of teleporting away from me.
Yeah. I took the danger with me, sadly.
Well, those
I
are good.
am the
Right.
danger.
His name is Cross Danger Summit.
Danger Summit.
Yes.
I wanna thank you all for being part of this campaign, for being
thank
part
you.
of this
No, thank
Q&A. Oh, no, thank you. Without
No.
the
No, thank
players,
you.
there's
No,
no
thank you.
D&D.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. No,
Yeah,
thank you.
no, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I reject your thank you and substitute it with my own.
Thank
Well,
you.
listeners, as always, till all are one. I'll see you next time. Stay safe and wreck and rule.
So all I want.
Thank you,
All
to
are
all.
one.
All in one.
Thank you.
Thank you.